Heartbroken, he went to Kofi. But Kofi frowned and said, "Father, you should have planned better for your old age. I can't afford to take care of you." In the village of Kanima, there lived a man named Mzikwami. He was a humble farmer, known for his kindness and hard work. Life had not been easy for him. His wife had passed away when their 3 children were still young. From that day, Mzikwami devoted himself entirely to raising them. He woke before the sun each day to till his land, planting maize, yams, and cassava to feed his children. When the rains were late, he would walk miles to fetch water. When the nights were cold, he covered them with his own blanket. And when they fell sick, he stayed by their side, whispering prayers to the ancestors. As the years passed, his children, Amoni, Kofi, and Zola, grew strong and intelligent. Mzikwami worked tirelessly to send them to school, selling his best crops and even his beloved cows so they could have a better future. One by one, they left the village for the city, where they found good jobs and new lives. At first, they would send letters and gifts. But as time passed, the letters became fewer, and the gifts stopped coming. Mzikwami waited patiently, believing that one day his children would return. His heart swelled with pride whenever he heard people in the village say, "Look at Mzikwami's children. They are successful because of him." But the years rolled by, and his children did not return. His hair turned gray, his hands grew weak, and his farm became too much for him to handle alone. He wrote to them, telling them of his struggles, but they were always too busy to visit. One day, a great famine struck the land. Mzikwami's crops withered, and he had nothing to eat. Desperate, he traveled to the city to see his children. He arrived at Amoni's house first, but Amoni barely looked at him. "Father, life in the city is different. I have my own family to take care of now." Heartbroken, he went to Kofi. But Kofi frowned and said, "Father, you should have planned better for your old age. I can't afford to take care of you." Finally, he went to Zola, his only daughter. She greeted him warmly, but when her husband came home, she hurriedly asked him to leave. "My husband does not like visitors," she whispered. Mzikwami walked out of the city with tears in his eyes. He had given them everything, yet now, in his time of need, he was alone. He returned to the village and sat under the old baobab tree where he used to tell his children stories. The villagers pitied him, and one kind woman, Mama Jolia, took him in, treating him like her own father. Years later, news came that Mzikwami had passed away. When his children heard, they rushed back to the village, dressed in fine clothes, bringing expensive caskets and feast for his funeral. But the villagers refused them. Where were you when he was alive? He needed love, not riches after his death. Ashamed, the children wept, but it was too late. Mzikwami was gone, and all their wealth could not bring him back. And so, the elders of Kanima told this story to remind all who would listen, honor your parents while they live, for a forgotten tree will wither, and its fruit will be lost forever.